Why, hello, everyone. Welcome to PlayFrame, and welcome back, at long last, to Elden Ring. The side quest finally continues. It has been a very long wait, and I am ever so excited. So, welcome, first of all, if this is your first time here. This is a continuation of a playthrough that began back in 2022 when Elden Ring came out. There is a playlist to the full playthrough down below in the description. We played all the way through the game, saw almost everything that could be expected from a first-time playthrough when I didn't know where anything was. It was a grand time. And a long time. It was a long playthrough. But a very good, fun time. And now, finally, 2 years later, the DLC is here, and I cannot wait to continue it. But it has been a little while, so just to refresh everyone, this is a first-time playthrough, so be warned, I will miss things. Not because I'm trying to. I'm going to be trying to be as thorough as I can, but because I don't know where everything is, it is inevitable that I'm going to miss some things, or not understand mechanics right away, or whatever else. You know how it goes. I will be trying, though. On that note, if you want to provide any tips or suggestions or whatever in the comments, by all means, please feel free. I do always appreciate some recommendations. But let's try to be courteous and avoid posting any spoilers down in the comments section, because these playthroughs are always way more fun when I don't know what to expect. Also, just for the sake of everyone watching who has not played this yet and is kind of getting their first-time experience of the game secondhand through the playthrough. There's always a handful of people for whom that's true. Also, the DLC is pretty new. I'm guessing there's a lot of people who are playing it who haven't finished it yet. Let's just be considerate down there. It's been a while since we played this game, and there is going to be some amount of rust, a non-zero amount of rust, but I believe in us. We're going to do our very best. I will go back over my character's build and whatnot. We'll settle back into this nice and slow today on this first episode back, but we should go right into the DLC area at least pretty soon. And what is even going? Oh, even my character's IK is very, very excited. Can't contain itself. But whatever, let's just go. There's one thing I know about this DLC, and that is that it begins in a very particular place. I have not looked anything up. I've watched like a couple of trailers, and that's it. Where's the place? This is the place. It has been a while. Rust, like I said. So, the DLC will begin here, in the arena where we fought Moog back in the day, if you can remember. The cocoon of the Empyrean. Let's go. I cannot wait for more Elden Ring, and hello. There was not a person standing here before. This is new. Oh, I'm excited. Let's get acquainted.
Were you guided here by kindly Miquella? I am Leda. And like you, I was guided by faith along his honorable path. Touch the withered arm, and you too will be transported to the realm of shadow where Miquella the Kind now dwells. My compatriots are there already. Like us, they have heard kindly Miquella's call. If you can find them, they are certain to lend you aid.
I'd love to do that. Do you have anything else?
Come now. Touch the withered arm and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
Oh, I'm ever so excited. Does the map tell me your name, by the way? Needle Knight Leda. Well, I guess you told me your name. I was hoping for more. And I've got it now. Needle Knight. Cool. Pleasure to meet you. Love your look. And you needn't twist my arm to touch this one. I can't wait. Let's go. Head to the realm of shadow. The DLC begins. Huh. And here we are. It's a bit dark. New map and everything. Oh, I'm excited. Better get myself a little light at least. boy. Look at that. Darn, this game's beautiful. Good gracious. I'm noticing at least one thing in the far distance that looks a little intimidating. The Gravesite plain. A whole bunch of ghost tombstones. Cool. Y'all have no idea how much discipline it has taken to not start playing this game immediately when it released. As I record this, it's like 2 days after launch, because that was like the soonest I could sit down for a recording session. It has been very difficult to contain myself. These are I guess I should show like my stats again, for those of you who don't remember. I got a few more levels since we wrapped up at the finale of last episode, while trying to kind of reacquaint myself and tinkering around with my build ever so slightly. We can get into it more in depth later, but suffice it to say, I want to put more points in faith to start experimenting with more incantations this time. In addition to sort of just the strength tanky build that I was generally going for last time around. Man. There's no one else standing around to talk to, right? Just to be sure, ever since I walked into this field, I've been a little bit transfixed by the, everything else. Kind of seems like we got another Erdtree with drapery that I love. That is so cool. Doesn't seem to be the healthiest, though. Looks a lot more like the Halig tree, actually. So... glad you're still here, Torrent. I see something perched up there, which is less intimidating than the on-fire thing I see standing in the distance over there. I choose to start with you. Hi. Oh my. Okay, all right. Steady on. Goodness gracious. Calm down. I just got here. I'm gonna stop writing. It's gonna be a little easier to look at you. Cool moves you've got. Cool golden mask. You're growing horns. Like the omens. Oh man. We should probably make a beeline for this. That looks like one of those map monuments up here. And I see a ghost. Oh, there's so many things. I'm so excited. Ooh, red flesh mushroom. That's new, I believe. On that topic, it's worth mentioning some new features that have been added to the game. In your inventory, there is a new tab. You do have to like turn it on in the menu, but there is a recent items tab, which is great. It basically just displays items in the order you've picked them up. So it's way easier to find new things you picked up. That's nice. These are easily found everywhere in the realm of shadow. A red mushroom that grows in sullen lands. Easily okay. Excuse me, gracious. Hi. Rude, I was reading. Ghosts. I'll be taking my HP back now, thank you. As I was saying, there's a new tab, and I have mushrooms now. The flesh of the mushroom is similar to raw meat and can serve as pot innards. Huh. There was a lot of fungus growing on the Halig tree, if I remember right. So that's a neat connection already. Also, in addition to that new tab in the inventory, when you get a new item, it has a little exclamation mark on it, so you can immediately find those things, and I really appreciate that. There was more than one occasion where I picked up a thing, forgot what the name of it was, or what category it should fall under, and then had a heck of a time finding it to read the description. We got a map. And here we are. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Even in just the near vicinity, I feel like I'm seeing a few noteworthy points of interest. This kind of back here, which is, I think, where I want to kind of start. Then this. Also this. And then obviously there's way more this way, but then I'd have to get closer to the big on fire thing, and that intimidates me a little bit, so, this ghost knows what I'm talking about. Everyone, burned to cinders, burned away. Put to the torch by Mesmer and his lot. What did we do to deserve such a fate? We merely lived our lives. We lived in peace. Ghosts only have like one line of dialogue, right? I feel like I remember that being, yeah, that was usually the trend. Unlike other Souls NPCs who it's good to talk to multiple times. I'll probably talk to the ghosts multiple times just to be safe. I'm noticing drapery on the buildings too, which, that's so cool. Loving that overall theme. Let's go away from big fire thing first. I want to look at this tree. Because there's something going on with this tree. There's like... It looks like bodies kind of in the branches a little bit, or like vague forms of bodies in the branches. Which is kind of similar to Erdtree roots a little bit, but also kind of similar to Deathroot, and it looks more like Deathroot coloration and stuff. Also, we have sheep. Do the sheep still roll? It's important if the sheep roll. Yay. We got us a game. Let's explore down the path. It's beautiful out here. Hey, ghosts. I absolutely do not come in peace. Fair warning, ghosts. Ow. Okay. Well, I deserve that. All right. I get it. Rada fruit. I am the sort who stops and reads item descriptions as we get the things, too, by the way. I don't know why I need to introduce myself. It's DLC. If you're watching this, you almost definitely watched the other playthrough. A berry-like fruit that grows into spirit grave grass. Easily found everywhere in the realm of shadow, though its bitter taste makes it unsuitable for consumption by humans. Is that going to be... For Torrent, is that comparable to Roa fruit? Torrent, I might have found you a snack. More mushrooms. Wait. They're not attacking me yet, but... I sense ambush. Glass shard. Okay. Not ambush. Really. Black firefly. We haven't had a new butterfly type in some time. Fiery butterfly with black cinder wings. Flies in war-torn lands that have been scoured by Mesmer's flame. They burn in dark and slender ribbons of fire. Huh. This is looking very chapel-like. In the base game, I would expect marching in here to find like a sacred tear for the flask. I expect I will probably find something different here. What is extremely wrong with this dog? Dog? Yes. We're cool, right? Everyone else? Yes? Good? Awesome. It's a lot out here. Okay. Hello. Okay, I see someone with a very large hammer. Hello. Church of Consolation. Nice place you have here. Love your look, love your shield. And hammer. Can I have them? Whoa, okay. Okay, alright. So that's how we're going to be. Yeeps. Nope. You're sturdy. Too slow. Yipes. Okay. Ow. Oh boy. Woohoo, boy. That got messy. We have gotten rusty. That's all right. We will get it back. Should we start the death counter over? We should definitely start the death counter over. Let's not start it from however many hundreds it was before. We can combine the count later. Still really worried about whatever's going on with this dog. What status are you afflicted with? It's fire, but like very red fire. Is it like blood flame? It looks a little different. So one thing I am wanting to do this time around is experiment more with incantations. Like I mentioned earlier. I did a little bit of like testing and experimenting in kind of the warm-up before release. Here's the thing that gives me a little bit of a buff. This is a rock I can throw. It's a little shorter range than I thought, but that's okay. Well, rock time is over. Come on. Oh boy. Ow. Stop it. Goodness. You're very aggressive with that shield. Yeah. Whew, okay. Thank you, Black Steel Great Hammer. They did give me their hammer. Scales with my stats, too. Weapon of the Black Knights, servants of Mesmer the Impaler. Great hammer of black steel with decorative embellishments in gold, blessed with an Erdtree incantation. Further holy imbuement will amplify the effect and greatly increase the armament's power. Guard counters cause a burst of power. Really? That does sound like my sort of thing. I do like me a guard counter. Assume an anchored stance to brace for incoming attacks, briefly boosting poise. Damage taken while using the skills reduced. Neat. Don't want to just jump on the first toy I find, but That does seem like a good one for me. I'm getting real nervous about these soldiers just sitting around. Erdtree Blessing. I bet I said that wrong. Erdtree fragments can be found across the realm of shadow. Consume these at sites of grace to bolster your Erdtree Blessing. The Erdtree Blessing bolsters the recipient's abilities to deal and negate damage, but has no influence outside the realm of shadow. Okay. Got a fragment. What does it say? Oh, we got the... Oh, this is the tutorial. Right, your tutorials go in your items too. Let's see. Bolster Erdtree Blessing. A splinter of the Erdtree that contains golden brilliance, acquired at the Church of Marika and other places in the realm of shadow. Consume these at sites of grace to bolster your Erdtree Blessing. The Erdtree Blessing bolsters the bearer's ability to deal... Right, we read that part. It is said that when the Erdtree crumbles from its core, that it will scatter across the entire realm of shadow. The people of the Erdtree collect the splinters and use them in prayer. Huh. I guess that is the name of the new tree. And I do remember hearing... I can't remember if it was like a dev interview or something on Twitter. I don't remember, but I remember someone mentioning that Miyazaki had said that there was sort of a... Like that this DLC kind of had its own independent leveling mechanic. A little bit more, like closer to Sekiro's, a little bit, where there were like certain items or things that you would get as you progressed that you leveled up with, so that, like in the efforts to make it so that players who were super duper high level going in here weren't able to just stomp their way through, but also players who were coming in like immediately after reaching Mogs also had a chance, because like you're kind of progressing through here a little differently than you would in the main base game. I'm guessing that's what those blessings are. In which case, hooray! We're getting strong. Is there anything behind the waterfall? I must know. Sort of. This is something, technically. A dew gem. Succulent plant that has supped on night-tinged dew. Material for crafting items, glows at night and blossoms mainly at the waterside. Said to have been used in the practice of sprite medicine long ago. It's very pretty. We're gonna be able to make so many new things. I'm so happy this is finally here. What are the odds on this camp not being thrilled with me coming to say hi? That's a different mushroom. And you have a horn. That won't do it all. One moment. A milky white mushroom that grows in sullen lands. Easily found everywhere. The flesh of the mushroom is similar to raw meat. Okay. More or less the same. I got a 1, a 2. I am guessing that even if this guy doesn't get the chance to toot the horn, his friends are getting up. Dog, please come down. His friends are not getting up. This is excellent news. I'm just gonna help myself. Excuse me. Sorry. Bull in a china shop. Ooh. Fire coil? What's this now? Boy, am I glad for this tab. A device of fire used by Messmer's soldiers. Lingering embers bundled into a coil. Uses FP to conjure tiny fire snakes from the spot that it is thrown. The writhing snakes pursue foes. Fire was a symbol of the crusade, and even Messmer's rank-and-file soldiers would wield it. Very interesting. So this has got to be Messmer's army. And they're sort of just camped out and about, looking dejected. I guess. What else is back here? It's gorgeous out here, I'll tell you that much. What can we see if we look kind of off the edge here? Very craggy mountains. And something. There's something of note down there. It's off the map for now. I don't trust that to stay true. That looks like a place one might eventually go. Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. And die. Go and die. So that's two things we can look forward to in that area. What's this? A gravesite or tombstone, kind of looks like. It looks very important. Can I interact with it? No. It is pretty, though. It definitely feels like the game, performance-wise, is chugging a little bit more in this new area. I imagine we'll see some new patch updates in the coming weeks to tighten performance up a little bit. Hello. Base game wasn't able to hold a stable 60 on PS5 either, though, so that's fine. Hello. Didn't really feel like napping like everyone else. Hey, have you seen my rock spell? Check it out. I got rocks. You do got a couple friends in here. Are they gonna be cool? Nope. Thanks for the blessing, America. Mine now. Bye. I found it, it's mine. Ow. Okay, okay, alright. Fine. Yep, shield came out a little slower than I'd like. Whew, okay. Glad the other one was chill. Probably won't stay chill now that they're up, but... Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Other than forgetting I exist. Thanks for that. We are still getting runes in here, though, so, like... We'll still be leveling in a conventional way. That's nice. And it makes sense. They wouldn't just, like... Just because they're potentially adding a new means of, like, character progression and growth doesn't mean... completely abandoning the other one. That's how we customize builds and whatnot. Oh, the sun is out. It's lovely out here. It's so pretty. We've got lots of dead out and about. Are these... nobles? Or, like, the faces seem similar to certain kinds of Albinarics, but they've got legs and everything. I'm guessing it's just sort of like corpses of more regular humanoid nobles and such. These are such interesting... Hello. What? What was that sound? Whatever it was scared me. Ah! I see. It was you. Logur the Beast Claw. Why? Hey! Watch it. Excuse me. Good gracious. Aggro, little fella. Calm down. Yeah. Oh boy. You're building up bleed on me too, I think, which I don't love. Claw weapon, I guess. Goodness, the combos on this weapon type. I think this is new, right? It's like one of the new kind of weapon types. Yee. Okay. Feisty little fella. Hey, come on. Yeah, oh, that's right, I'm out of FP. The special skill does require FP. I've started using this weapon as my main. I still have several of my old classic options, and I did use this one a lot toward the end of the game. Okay, alright. Please. Chill. But because I'm leaning a little bit more into the faith stat, this one does scale with that quite nicely. It has gotten a little bit of a nerf, I understand, in the most recent patch with its special skill, but it still feels, honestly, a little bit OP. The way that I get health back for every kill. Its unique skill is gracious. Unique skill is still very strong. Would you please calm down? Yeah, okay. That seems like a fun toy, that weapon. We should go see if we can get him to drop it. Pretty close to our little site of grace as well. Not as close as I thought. That's fine. More chance to explore. What spell would be good? Horns might be great against that guy. Rotten Breath could also be. I did enjoy me some Dragon Breath attacks back in the day, and I will still be taking advantage of those. But, it is a great way to spend all of your FP very quickly. I'd like to try out some other less expensive options with different kinds of utility. There you are. Think I'll be taking my runes back first, if you don't mind. Then maybe let's see how you like horns. Works pretty good. Not tons of damage, but definitely gets you off of your feet. Goodness. Yeah, rot may not be a terrible thing to throw at you. Not that you'll give me much chance. There's such a long wind-up on that one. Yeah. Glad I'm interrupting you a bit. Will that work? It does still do a lot of damage. It doesn't knock enemies down anymore, so I will miss that, but despite that nerf, this weapon still feels kind of ridiculous. I'm actually glad it got nerfed a little bit, because as strong as it was before, it would have been really hard to convince me to try some new weapon if I found it, and it seemed like a good fit. Now it'll be easier to convince me to try something new. Maybe not right away, but eventually. Please relax, Logur. Thank you. Yeah, Beast Claw. New toy. And it's a strength. Well, it requires more strength. Can't really tell if it's a strength scaling weapon or not. Weapon in the form of a carnivorous beast's vicious claws, used to perform bestial slashing attacks uncanny to humankind. An imitation of the esoteric technique of the horned warriors. Those who carry this weapon wield it as though they've been possessed by a savage beast. Pounce like a beast to viciously slash into a foe with left and right claws. Yeah, no, I've seen it in action. Quite effective. What was this other thing I picked up? Blessing America. A special physic blessed by America, the queen of the Erdtree. Completely restores HP and heals all ailments. America once created several of these physics for Mesmer's sake, but never again. Ooh. I was wondering about that. It seemed like Mesmer's knights, from one description, were using Erdtree blessings, so that suggests a Landel allegiance. This suggests that that allegiance did not stick. Is this consumable, or... Yes. Okay. Completely restores HP, heals all ailments. Very cool, but then is gone. Hopefully, we find a decent number of them, because that's very, very useful. But I could also see me kind of running into the RPG elixir effect, where it's so good I'm scared to use it. It's hard to resist that sometimes. Anything else of interest in this little patch of woods before I go running off to die elsewhere? Oh, it's the birds. Bird jump scares, that's fun. And funny. Lumps of flesh we've had. Yeah, that's not a new... No, we've had plenty of those. I thought so. Man. Birds, I swear. Guess I'm gonna need to get used to that. It is very funny, though. Is there anything actually at this little tree? Other than cool views? I mean, grim, but cool views. It's FromSoft. Every cool view is grim. I didn't feel like I needed to specify. There's something going on over here. And y'all are heading kind of toward it. Hello? A burned down structure. Kind of looks like. And in the center... I think a burned figure. Head missing. Revered Spirit Ash Blessing. Revered Spirit Ash can be found across the Realm of Shadow. Consume this ash at sites of grace to bolster your Revered Spirit Ash Blessing. The Revered Spirit Ash Blessing bolsters both Summoned Spirits and Spectral Steed's abilities to deal and negate damage, but has no influence outside their... Okay, so we're also like leveling up our Spirit Ash and Torrent, I guess? We should read that. Spirit Ash of those who came before, infused with potent spirituality, acquired from the corpses of Horn Scent and other objects that ritually decorate townships and villages across the Realm of Shadow. Consume these at sites of grace to bolster your Revered Spirit Ash Blessing. The withered corpses were called tutelary deities, and revered spirit ash was said to quietly accumulate in the palms of their hands. Huh. I'm intrigued. Anything in this little patch of woods? Other than mushrooms? Or broken runes? What? That's new. Golden traces of the grace bestowed upon those who fell in the realm of shadow. Broken and faded, threatening to dissipate entirely. This is interesting. It's like a different realm where Erdtree blessings and such can be taken, but you're not going to find any more once you're here, and they kind of start deteriorating once they're over here. This is going to get hairy, but I want the item. Thank you. Ghost dog. Still swattable with a sword, though, and I'll take that. Anything else cool here? Ghosts? No. Come on. No. No, come on. Don't be doing any of that. Nope. 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 Come here. What's this? Spirit gravestone? Hello. Stop. I can't read if you're trying to kill me. At least not easily. It's much harder to read while being killed. A piece of a gravestone that has started to turn into a spirit. Mainly found on the Gravesite plane, in places to where the dead have been brought since antiquity, the oldest gravestones turn into spirits and then fade away. I guess that is what we're seeing. Old gravestones out here that are fading. It's so cool already. Dog, is that something I could have? I thought I saw a shiny. It was a shiny. Hey, mine now. Thanks for the broken rune. No thanks for the trying to hurt me. Dog, stop. Thank you. Let's poke around this settlement next. Scorched ruins. I can tell. Hey. Come on. No. Now, if this is anything like ruins in the base game, there'll be at least one treasure to get here, but also probably like a hidden away little secret place. Actually, that's probably where the treasure will be. The main treasure. I love the drapery on the buildings. What is this? It's like a horn tied to a post, which also sort of looks tomb-like, or like gravestone marker-like. Huh. Ow. What's this now? Ooh, a new cookbook. Greater Potentates Cookbook. Potentates. A record of crafting techniques of the greater potentate who roamed lands near and far. Haunted by the grotesque practice of his village of birth, he stuffed great pots with all manner of things. Acquire the knowledge to craft the following hefty fire pot. So hang on. Potentates are what they call the rulers in Jarburg, who come to, like, basically help repair them. You need smooth hands. This I remember. The greater potentate who roamed lands near and far, haunted by the grotesque practice of his village of birth. He stuffed great pots with all manner of things. Which might be referring to a different village than the Jar village, because there weren't a lot of grotesque practices, happening back there. This is what happens when I stop to read. Not that it's going to stop me, but... I wasn't expecting new Jar lore, but I am delighted. What is going on? It's just sort of like a... It is ghostly, but in sort of like a blackened, scorched way. It's really neat. Hefty cracked pot. Which is new, yes? Yes. Container required for crafting hefty cracked pot items. This hefty empty pot somehow mends itself when broken, like the other ones do. Essential for crafting those things. The materials and magic sealed within deploy their effects within the pot when the pot is thrown. The greater potentates of Bonnie Village craft these and store them in a frozen jail. Maybe Bonnie Village is the one with grotesque practices. Yipes. Getting real dark in here. Wait. I see that. Bigger Shadow Realm, or that's not even like a broken one. It's just a larger, different one. 10,000 runes on those things. Golden remnants of the grace bestowed upon those who fell in the realm of shadow. The Skadu tree is the shadow of the Erdtree. No wonder grace shines ever so brilliantly. Interesting. Well, that kind of comes right out and says it. Thanks. I've learned something. Ow. I was trying to enjoy the tree. Excuse me. Stop throwing ghost rocks at me. Stop. Uncool. It seems like the sort of place that you would hide something, but no. Look at that thing. Man, I love that drapery over the tree. That rules so much. And that's new and scary. Whatever's perched on top of that. Problem for later. Yep. Hello? Can I come in? Yes. Ah? Blade of Mercy. A thin, blood-stained dagger, no longer fit for use. Raises attack power after each critical hit. Hornsent employed this to honorably end the suffering of a compatriot. After claiming numerous lives, the dagger is now broken, but has acquired a spectral aura. A talisman, then. Yeah? Yeah, I think so. Right? Where are you? Boy, we got a lot of stuff. There you are. Yeah, okay. Cool. There's more goodies still. It's a dense little fort. There's another shiny over that away. Goodness. This place didn't look nearly so, like, complex and full of nooks from a distance, but now that I'm here. Stuff all over the place. So good to be back. What's the best way to get up there? Well, haven't gone this way yet. Is this anything? See if we can climb up this way. Come on. Where was it? It's like right around here. You. It's probably nothing important, but I want it. Hey, nice. I expect we've gotten most of the good loot here. Just trying to be thorough. Hey, I should also grab that. Much as I dread the thought, it kind of feels only correct to go die to the big fire brazier thing at least once before this episode ends. It's the right thing to do. Ghost, do you have any thoughts? I know. I know. All your resentment lingers yet. The raw stuff from which I shall surely forge a curse upon the dastard Mesmer's head, upon Marika's children each and all. Ooh. I am increasingly getting this impression that Mesmer might be another of Marika's children, previously unaccounted for, and none too popular from the sound of things lately. Let's try using some of these new items, huh? Now that we got a Grace Fire to sit at. So, Shadow Realm Blessing. Erdtree Blessing. Consume Erdtree fragments to bolster your... Sorry if I'm saying these words wrong. By all means, if you know the way this word is supposed to be pronounced, correct me. Hopefully some character will voice act say it later. But by all means, yeah, let me know. It might take a few episodes for me to realize, though, because I do record these ahead of time. You know how it goes. Consume these to bolster your Erdtree Blessing. The Erdtree Blessing bolsters the recipient's abilities to deal and negate damage, but has no influence outside the right. Okay. Use the fragment. Fantastic. Also this. Boosts summoned spirits and spectral steeds' abilities to deal and negate damage. Awesome. You're welcome, Torrent. Okay. Well. Boy, that looks sinister. If I even do hit that with a spell, I guess rocks is the only choice, or maybe a big lightning strike. Fire I don't trust to do much. And, I don't expect rot to do much to a fire thing either. Realistically speaking. My sword being a little bit fire attuned, also probably not ideal. Good gracious. Look at that. It's got giant, like... not heads, but like, okay. It's got like giant face stuff fashioned on the legs though, with like the big, gracious. With like the red hair, beards, but also sort of like omen horn decorative elements up there. Scary. Oh, you're sturdy. Ow. All right, let's start with something reckless. And regret it immediately. Well, this can hurt. Ah, rolled a little too early. I did do like 4,000 damage with that lightning strike. It did come at a cost. It's going to take a little bit of practice to properly use even a lot of the incantations I'm starting to work into my style. Oh, we can't just leave it at that. Come on. This might be sort of like that mounted golden knight in Limgrave at the very start where best saved till later, but probably don't want to be grabbed by that thing. Whoa, I didn't expect that kind of range. Guess I'm on the ground now. I love this thing. I fear it, but boy, I love it. Have some lightning, bud. Okay, yeah, that one did less damage. A little bit of luck to it. That did better. Ah, that's so much fire damage, though. Whew! Yeah, we may need... Ow. To be better prepared for this, and also not be hitting it with a fire sword like a fool would do. Yeah. Alright, you can roll through it. If you time it well. Ow. This does seem a bit doomed to failure, doesn't it? Yeah, you want to be able to jump over that. Okay, I'm getting it. Yeah. Hey, there we go. We like... Well, didn't like stagger you so much, or did we? Oh boy. Okay, alright. Definitely one to be fought mounted. This could take a while. There's definitely a better sword for this. I wonder if there's like a weak point that I could be hitting in those moments. Yee! Oop, a little slow on the jump. Sorry, Torrent. Ow. Then that does sometimes happen. Yeah, I think this might be a little out of my league for the moment. Let's get out of here, Torrent. This was a mistake. Woohoo! That's for fighting later, I've decided. Goodness, the range. Yeah, let's take our runes and flee. We'll deal with that intimidating thing at a later time. Goodness gracious. It's so cool. I love the design, though. It looks amazing. Well, we've been properly broken in here in the DLC. Y'all, I am so very, very, very excited to explore this whole dang place up and down and die Probably at least 100 more times. Much to look forward to. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow for some more Elden Ring DLC, which is finally here, finally. Take care. Goodbye. Wait, no, sorry, hang on. I forgot. There were a couple of things I was supposed to mention in this first episode, but I was too excited about the big tree with the drapery. So here's all the stuff. 1, we are still using the same group password as in the playthrough before. Dan Souls, lowercase, all one word. If you want to have your messages be more likely to appear for me in this playthrough, then make sure that this is added to your list. I'm playing on PS5. If you're playing on PS4, that'll also work. I don't think PC players' messages will work with the PlayStation servers. I play on PC as well with different characters, but anyway. Yes, definitely add this if you want to leave messages that might show up in this playthrough, or if you just want to have more messages showing up from people who are, on average, way more helpful than your average Souls message leaver. Highly recommend. Remember, the code word for illusory walls is dog. Anyone who leaves you a message saying, like, illusory wall ahead or secret ahead or anything like that, liars every single time. Dog is the only message in front of a wall you can trust. Okay, second thing. I mentioned earlier that I did preparation, kind of messing around with my build a little bit before starting this playthrough here of the DLC. Some of that I actually did on stream over on Twitch. And I have a link to the VOD for that stream down in the description below if you want to check that out. I'll mention sort of like the high points and the more important bits and pieces that happened during that stream in tomorrow's episode, so you won't miss anything. If you don't, go watch the 2-hour stream or whatever. But we did have a little bit of fun just kind of counting down the hours until the DLC unlocked. And thirdly, most importantly, we finally have a new merch thing, because I've been waiting for the Elden Ring DLC to come out so that I could release it, but it's finally here now. A new shirt and a new mug with this design by L'Oreal that I love very much. Think positive, everyone. Bring some of this optimism into your new Elden Ring playthrough. I have a feeling we are all going to need it. These are available in the PlayFrame store starting today. There's a link down to that store in the description as well. But okay, yes, I think that's all the things that I forgot earlier. Y'all, I am so excited to play through this DLC with y'all. It's going to be a grand old time. We're going to die a bunch and find neat things. But yes, I will see you all tomorrow for more side quest. Take care until then, all of you. Goodbye.